July 21st, third week of July. Here's what's going on. St. Louis unknown. Considered a lot of things, and I've decided to leave the bottom 3 figs and pinch the rest in hopes that I can get more scaffolding going and energy into the tree. Chicago Hardy air layer is looking great all around. I'm just gonna let it go and do its thing this year and then prune it back during the winter time to get it to be more of that tree shape. But right now, more leaves, more energy, more roots, bigger tree hopefully. Delson show me grind, I don't know. Nothing really happening here. I left 2 figs because, yeah, I wanted to. Removed 1, 2 other figs, and the tip at the top's looking good. I'm hoping that now that I've switched to high nitrogen fertilizer for the next 30 days, that it'll start pushing out growth. Here we've got Cavaliere. Again, picked off some figs so that the tree can focus on growing up and out. Fresh leaf, still intact, no scaffolding yet. Another Chicago Hardy air layer, doing well. Crazy because the Chicago Hardy was completely locked up. I guess the hormones were locked up in the tips. I don't know. Violette de Bordeaux, looking good since the pinch. Started doing this. I pinched it because I want them to grow somewhere over here, somewhere out here. Pinched, removed a decent number of these figs. Like, look at this one. What's going on with that little nubbin in the middle there? Who knows? These are weird looking figs compared to the others I've got. Hoping for some scaffolding off of these Ys so I can get that bowl shape and next year really have a ball game. Celeste. These are the ones I just put in the ground. They aren't air layers. They were really gnarly looking ends. They're thickening up a bit. Celeste, from the bottom we've got so much new growth since I pinched the tips off. It's wild how this plant has just exploded because I removed all of these tips because the tree was going nowhere. The tree was going. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? I removed all of these tips. So if you've got a tree that's stalled out, what I am done is remove the tips on these older trees. These are not first year trees. I removed the tips and now all of this stuff is just coming to life. And I gotta figure out what I want to do with the shape long term of that one. No idea yet, but that's the fun. I get to have fun figuring it out. Fun figuring out how I want to shape these trees like they're little bonsai trees. White Madeira. I've got this side shoot here, sucker, and I've already pinched once. He's growing another one. Really wants to push growth out that one. Here, I've got new growth coming. I've got a new leaf here. So it is actively growing now that I've pushed the fertilizer. Covidon mutant, same situation. It's been just locked up, nothing. I've left a fig, one, just one on here. But here you can see I've got a leaf coming out. So that this guy is waking up too. I again presume it's the fertilizer. Not that nitrogen is the only driver but that the nitrogen influences the growth hormone to dominate, from what I've been reading. Universities really talk to it a lot. 100 ppm plus of nitrogen being in the water. Here we can see Olympian is really growing. And I'm just letting all these go, and it might just be a low tree. Smith's tips aren't really woken up yet, but I've also decided to leave the most figs on this one, because folks say that Smith is just a producer, so tips aren't woken up yet though. Look forward to see a new leaf pop out. Green Michurinska. Again, these guys that I pinched showing growth. I'm not really fond of that, as I'm trying to get it to grow up through the top here. You can see the green Michurinska's got one scaffold forming, and it's got a baby leaf. So that's actively growing. Here we can see an active growth leaf on top. So he's coming back to life, which is nice. Black Celeste. It's getting really thick at the base. I guess this is the lignification process starting. Here we can see some buds swelling. Just start pushing out some scaffolds, so it seems like it's doing its thing. And then there's this mess. So both trees that I got from big box stores are a mess. And it's only two. So Chicago Hardy, it's got these guys all over the place. I'll probably trim these back during winter pruning. But I'm letting this go for now so that the tree can just have food, photosynthesis. Even down here, I pinched this guy's off. Pinch that guy off. I'm gonna let this guy go. Let this guy go. I don't know if this is gonna be a fig or a branch. Don't know yet. Or this one. Here you can see that it's starting a new tip right there. So it has also responded to me. There's a new scaffold starting. Here's a new scaffold starting right here. Here we can see new scaffold starting. So I hope this helps, folks. I'm not telling you what you should do, because I'm a year one person myself, but both the Chicago Hardy and the Celeste were in complete gridlock since they showed up in mid to early May. And I just snapped their apical buds a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and they're starting to show growth, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Some folks have said that it's because it frees up the hormones to go to other places in the plant. So here, you see my fertigation system, it's blue now instead of red because I switched over to the high nitrogen. Got it set on fast, and it is micro feeding nutrients every feeding, so that I'm not having to manually apply fertilizer, which saves me time, and the soil doesn't experience huge spikes in fertilizer and salts, risking root burn. But I do have to watch it long term, because I know that it can burn plants. Fertilizer can burn plants because this is a result of manually feeding. So we'll see how it goes. I'm probably gonna have to do a pot flush mid-August, but that'll time right because I need to stop the active growth nitrogen, high nitrogen feedings anyways. So yeah, this Violette Bordeaux is the one that's got the best looking stuff on it, but they look weird. Happy figging.